In today's video, I'm going to be testing a couple of items from the new Catrice Era of Senses limited edition. They are coming out with a huge collection with a lot of products, blushes, lip products, lip liners, and I have three things only here in front of me, and I will explain to you why and what is going on. Alright, so I always get my Essence and Catrice from Boozy Shop, and they put up on their page, on their website, a couple of items, and I've actually had these for a couple of days. It was just a small selection of what the Era of Senses collection is gonna be, and I've been waiting for them to post more, but that hasn't happened. So I thought, okay, let's just do a part one, trying these things out, and if I see more being put up on the website, I will just do a part two, and then I can already tell you something about this collection. It's a big collection anyway, so I think it's a good thing to spread it out a little bit. So I only have three things, but the things that I have, I think, are very exciting. All right, people are yelling under my window. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why that is. We're just gonna deal with it. Okay, the first thing that I have here, and I believe there's only one colorway in this product, which I think is very interesting because with the other products, we have multiple colors. We have like 6 peptide lip balms, if I'm not mistaken. This is the Catrice Dewy Blush Stick, and this is in 010 Sheen on You, and this just looks really nice. Kind of like a muted red, a little bit on the soft corally side. I also have another blush product, so we're just gonna do one on each cheek, then blend it out. And then I also have a multi-use palette. What are we gonna do with that? I think I'm gonna try it out on the cheeks today. It's an eyeshadow and highlighter palette. Okay, we're gonna see what I'm gonna do with it as I'm swatching it, but let's start with this Dewy Blush Stick. The color is really interesting. Like, this is looking really nice and kind of like nothing that I have. Kind of like a softened warm red. Okay, let's give this a swatch. Oh, that's very sheer and dewy. At least it looks like it's gonna be sheer and dewy, but as I've seen, I don't know if you've seen that video, in the Get the Glaze collection by Essence, the way it looks in a swatch can be very different from the way it looks on the cheeks. It looks and swatches really balmy. It feels very balmy. I don't know if this is gonna dry down or this is gonna build up. It just feels a little bit Vaseline. I don't know if this is gonna be my favorite, but it can still surprise me. I'm just gonna take it with my brush, and I'm taking quite a bit here. And let's just go in. That looks really nice. It kind of feels similar in a way. I feel like it's a little bit more dewy, a little bit more see-through, but it feels similar in a way to the Get the Glaze Swirl Blush from Essence. It's a really beautiful color. Just gonna try and blend out the edges a little bit. It has that sweaty look to it, which part of me does love that. I love a little bit of a sweaty look. It doesn't feel heavy. By the way, I have the Skin Tint Stick on by Catrice, the Soft Glam Skin Tint. I love that one so much. Yeah, it does feel sticky. It does kind of feel like something that you might want to set down. We're gonna see how this is gonna behave in a little bit. Like, I do have dry skin, maybe it will sink in a little bit more. The Get the Glaze Swirl Blush, I'm just gonna keep comparing because I really enjoyed that one so much. Like, that blush is so nice. That one did dry down. I just feel like this one is a little bit more dewy. It looks nice, and it didn't lift up the Skin Tint Stick, but yeah, we're gonna see. Just gonna let that sit for a second. Then we also have the other blush product, which is gonna be the Glow Blush Drops by Catrice. All of this doesn't really look limited edition. It's supposed to be like one big limited edition, but it doesn't really look like it. It kind of feels like they just are giving us like a preview of their next update, or it kind of feels like an update. It's so many products and it doesn't really have a theme besides like the name Era of Senses. So yeah, I'm a little confused. So this is the blush drops in 020 Barely Rose. We also have another shade, which is a little warmer. I went for the cool tone shade. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my hand, and we have this really small like tube style applicator. I don't know if that means this is gonna be very pigmented, but it's looking like it's gonna be very glowy, kind of metallic. Let's see. Oh, that's a really nice shade. Once again, feels pretty see-through. It's not shimmery metallic, but it definitely has that glossy effect to it. I feel like this one probably is gonna be a little bit more long-wearing than this balmy thing. Okay, I'm once again just gonna take it off my hand and then start applying. Okay, that is doing basically nothing. Where is the product? Where's the pigment? Where did it all go? That's all. Is this not the right brush? All right, let's take a little bit more of a dense brush. Another angle brush. Gonna put some on the back of my hand again and working that in again. Okay, that is much better. Okay, that brush wasn't it. Much better. But I still feel like a lot of this product gets lost applying it like this. Like, it looks nice. It's glowy. It's not too metallic. It looks pretty. I just don't think this is gonna be looking the best applying it directly to the skin, but let's do something crazy and just try it out. Let's see if this gives me the impact. It's really pretty. It's giving Charlotte Tilbury, Squeezy Tube, Glowgasm. It's kind of like that. Yeah, this one is definitely drying down, but it was still pretty easy to manipulate and pretty easy to blend out. I think this one, once you get the hang of the amount of pigmentation, this one is the easiest to use. This one, I just feel like if I'm gonna touch it now, it's still gonna be sticky. It still feels sticky. I can see myself using this. It's possible, but this is just a little bit more realistic. Like this, I could see myself wear to work, wear to a day out. This one is like a stay inside in the winter kind of blush for me. It's just not very practical. I'm gonna try it some other time with a blush on top, see how I feel about it. Like setting it down with a powder blush, that could be cute. I just think this is my favorite. All right. I just feel like these blushes have a disadvantage because I tried Deglaze blush by Essence. I keep talking about it, but the reason is that I love that one so much, and I don't think these are living up to that blush. This one has the most potential to get to that level, but the Essence so far has impressed me the most this week. Okay, last product is the multi-use palette, and this is the multi-use palette in 010 highlight mode. So this is for the eyes and the face. This looks really nice, and it looks like it's gonna be a baked gelée product, which is just, I love it. I love it so much. I feel like baked gelees are just so natural yet impactful. I feel like you can almost never go wrong with the baked gelée. It's just exactly what I want in my life, and I love it so much when my favorite brands do baked gelée. And I feel like, did Catrice do baked gelée before? I don't even know if they've done this before, so can't wait to see what Catrice's take on this is. So the embossing in this, I feel like looks really luxurious. I feel like it's looking really beautiful. Like, that is stunning. So let's do a swatch. It feels like a cream. Okay, this is not at all. This is not at all what I was expecting. It's a cream. Why does it look so powder-like? Does it say? It just says multi-use palette. It doesn't even say cream palette. I was just thinking this was gonna be a powder. It has a floral scent to it, which is kind of unlike Catrice. Kind of like herbally floral, like a hand soap, but kind of like a luxury hand soap. Interesting. Don't know exactly how to feel about it. I am very confused. Okay, here we still have the blush. Already have this on my fingers, so let me see if I can clean that a little bit. Make way. Okay. And the darker shade. Okay, I think I'm getting the eye and cheek palette a little bit more now, because these are creams, so I can see these cream eyeshadows as well. Okay, how are we gonna go about this? I think we're first gonna use a lighter shade as a highlighter. So I'm just gonna dip in with this brush, and I picked up quite a bit. We're gonna see how this is gonna go over that very balmy cheek. Just dabbing that, looking cute, but I always feel like it's a bit harder to see with a very already glossy cheek what a highlighter does. But it looks nice. I just feel like we are kind of getting rid of the color of that blush because it's so balmy. It's kind of like just moving with this product. Just moving around. Okay, let's do this on the other side. The other blush. I think this is a gorgeous highlighter. Not at all what I was expecting. I was just so confidently telling you about Big Chili highlighters, and then this is where we're ending up. It's a cream. It's all green. Looking cute. It's a nice highlighter. I am still confused. Okay, let's do a little bit of that right above the brows. It's just a very smooth champagne creamy highlighter. I feel like it might be slightly on the darker side for me. I'm seeing a little bit of a cast with it. Usually when that happens, I kind of like try to blend it down a little bit. It's a lot. My cheeks are a lot right now. How do I feel about this? I have mixed feelings about this. I'm gonna take my concealer brush and kind of like blending this edge in a little bit. That's just a little bit too much. I was just not prepared for this. I feel like this cheek is looking pretty good, but there's just a slight shadow. Can you see? Is it a shadow? Or am I going crazy? I feel like for me, it's just a little bit on the dark side. I have to use it a little differently, a little bit more like a blush topper, but it has a really nice effect. Okay, I want to use the brown shade as an eyeshadow. I'm gonna take a synthetic brush and I'm just gonna apply it all over my eye. I feel like this is definitely the type of cream formula that is gonna dry down. I feel like this might actually last on my oily lids. All right, now I just want to take a little bit with my finger and see what that does. Does that apply it a little better? I feel like this looks a little bit more shimmery, like shiny. Yeah, I think I like it a bit better with the finger. This cream formula has something a little bit stiff to it, almost a little like chuggy, but I feel because of that, that it's really gonna stay and that it's gonna last. It's already pretty late in the day today, so there's not gonna be a wear test today, but yeah, I have a good feeling. I'm just gonna blend out the edges a little bit with that brush. I think this is looking really nice, but yeah, it's very metallic. You can see it on the cheeks. It's kind of like a glossy metallic look. Okay, so this is gonna be the finished look. I did apply some other eyeshadows to finish it up because I was just feeling something a little bit more dramatic than just the one and done eyeshadow. I do like the way this eyeshadow is looking on my eyes. It looks very sophisticated. It has an impact, but it's not glittery. It's not emphasizing texture. I think it's really pretty. I feel like on the cheeks it's emphasizing maybe a little bit more, but it could also be because I really went in and it's kind of metallic. Like there's a lot of metallicness going on here. I think it's gonna be really pretty with the right combination of product and the right amount applied. I feel like it has a lot of potential. Okay, so I cannot say a lot about the full collection just yet. I'm still impatiently waiting for the rest to hit Boozy Shop. I am so excited about the peptide lip tints and the lip liners. I really love Catrice lip liners and I really want to see what the formula is like. So far, I feel like this Dewy cheek stick has some potential for me because I really like the color. It's just a little bit sticky, but I do like how my cheek is looking right now. And I am going to be trying it some different ways, but if you hate kind of like Vaseline cheeks, stay away from that one. I feel like this one, it's cute, it's nice, it was pretty easy to use, it's not too pigmented. Because of that, I do think that it's an interesting packaging, but I do like this packaging more than the standard doe food squeeze tube packagings that we've seen all around everywhere. I think this is pretty practical. I'm kind of liking this. And this one, I think it's a really interesting product. Not at all what I was expecting. I still kind of like have to wrap my head around this one. Like these are creams and they are really nice eyeshadows as well. I'm kind of thinking I want to use this brown one, darker one as a bronzer and see how that goes. Should I try a little bit of that? Should I just add a little bit of that? I'm guessing it's gonna be pretty glowy. I'm just gonna take this angled brush that is not completely clean, but let's just add a little bit of glow. I think that's actually gonna be pretty nice if you diffuse it. Like that's actually looking pretty cute. Let's even that out. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that as a bronzer topper. I don't think I would use it as a bronzer on its own because it's too metallic for that, but this is kind of cute. I'm kind of liking that. Okay, so it definitely has some different ways you can use it. That's also what it said. I'm liking it. Okay, definitely feel like this is a collection so far where I have to try the products a little bit more and really see how I feel. But I'm excited. I'm interested. I am liking the idea of this so far. So let me know what you think and let me know if you're going to be picking up any of these products. And then I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.